Welcome back, folks. This is Isaac Moskowitz on the call. Charles Cole will be here in just a second. He's just helping us with technical lift difficulties. And we're set to bring you some lacrosse here. GFA Spring Edition. We're broadcasting lacrosse live from the Dragons Courtyard, the red turf field, as we're getting underway here on this gloomy Saturday afternoon. Brunswick passes it out. Behind the net with Jack Grills in it. Passes out wide. He's got options, he's going to look, he's going to take it slow. He's got Flair, passes it out. Bodian, the one who's guarding, rushes into the center, looking to take a shot, and that is saved by Jack Grills. Grills? Passing it out into the center. He's got space to run, he's going to take it. Down the court, sorry, down the field. And there's going to be a pause in the action.
All right. You on mute?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, We have to reset everything, don't we? We're back here, GSBN calling in the great outdoors. Hopefully you can hear us. We have to get our tech stuff situated for outdoors, but we're back here trying to get all of it. We got a nice camera out here set up, so we should be all set to go. Exciting, very exciting to call this lacrosse game now. GFA against Brunswick should be a good one. It's already a good one. Tight score so far, 0-0. He's racing down, trying to find an angle. Misses that shot outside and stoppage of play.
Absolutely. This should be a really fun matchup, Charles. Brunswick, as you know, one of the best lacrosse teams in the country. That's their varsity team. GFA is playing, I think, another one of their the top teams. So this is going to be a really, really great matchup. And a really great matchup for us, too. We're doing our second, I think, varsity lacrosse game of our careers, which is really exciting and really fun to do. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. We'll try to get those sorted out as soon as possible. But hopefully you can hear us. We're using a different sound system right now, and we'll try to give you the game as best we can.
Hopefully we don't lose the entire second half like the last one went last year. That one's up, and a goal for Brunswick. Put that one up on the board, 1-0. A nice shot. That's a nice start to the game so far for the Bruins. They've looked good on offense so far when they have gotten it out of their zone. And so we will be all set, gearing up for the when play resumes.
What's not.
All right, ready? Face off, taken now one by the Dragons. As looks like Krizan takes a little bit of a tumble. Taken now by the Bruins. As he runs around, takes a little bit of contact there. Referee says play on. And they're set now to reset on offense. Taking it down the wing now. Able to collect that one. Trying to find a hole through this Dragons defense. Makes a nice juke. Tries to get around. Nice contact from behind. He's still trying to find a way. Fires that one down and out of play. This one's going to go to the Dragons.
Good, solid defense by the Dragons. They've been locked down on Brunswick so far. Minus the goal that the Brunswick has scored, GFA has been pretty good on defense against a really high-scoring opponent. We'll see how they're going to continue this going forward.
As Edwards able to get around lots of defenders. Shifts through some traffic. Fires this one now outside. Dragons take it on the right end of the field. Now racing past. Lots of contact. Swings it down. Resets at the top. Looks like some position shifting out there now as the Dragons look to get into some shape. A nice drive, flings it back up to the top. Still trying to find a hole. Spins around. Nothing doing, though. McDonald tries to collect it. He's able to. Gets around some contact. Has that ball taken away. And has a monster hit late on him. We lost the ball, but the Dragons take it back. Looking for a teammate. Doesn't have one yet. Some contact. Nice defense being played there by Brunswick to stop him. As he flings this one up. Now, again looking for space. We've got 50 seconds on the clock. As he's still trying to find a teammate. Finds one at the top with a rip. That one's just wide. A nice save by Brunswick. And this one is going to be an inbound here for the Dragons with about 30 seconds on the clock.
Dragons had very good passing there. They were locked in offensively, had good options, were moving the ball very well, and they're set up right now to have a really good drive against Brunswick. And in this game, points seem to be at a premium, which is not something you normally say about a lacrosse game. And so that's something to look forward to and look at throughout the rest of the game, and something that's been really beneficial for GFA is that they've been able to play so well defensively. And if they can counter Brunswick's offense, they're in good shape.
Your first half ended now with Brunswick up 1-0.
It doesn't really matter. Sorry, listeners. We'll be right back returning. We'll having some technical difficulties. We'll be right back at you. Don't go anywhere. More GFA Dragon action on the red turf right after this. Yeah. Good job. All right, we're back live. Welcome back, folks. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We should be back now live for real, and we'll set to bring you lacrosse action on the red turf. Here's Charles for the call.
Saw our scoreboard would not stop saying that Brunswick has scored a goal. As Brunswick scores a goal there, so maybe the scoreboard was right. It was predicting the future. A nice goal by Brunswick. We hope to have that scoreboard up and working for you now, as well as the clock, who was being finicky. But now we're set for the face-off, and the Bruins take an early 2-0 lead in half number 2. As the face-off's coming. Been a nice, entertaining game so far. Great defense. Behind a nice check, able to tightrope the sideline and stay in bounds. Still looking for a teammate. Almost thought about shooting it there, but that's a tough angle. And they call looks like a violation. So Dragons a little bit confused by that call, but the Bruins will get it back. There's a nice check, avoids. Looks like he stepped out of bounds there, so the Dragons will catch a break. They'll get it right back after that call, and they'll have an opportunity to reset. They've got 30 seconds now. As he's looking for an angle to shoot or a teammate, whatever comes first. As they've got 25 seconds. This is a big offensive chance for them right now. And we'll see what they're able to do with it. They've got 20 more seconds to try to tie up this one.
I like what they're doing, though. They're being patient. They're not going to take the rough shot. They're not going to take something that's going to cost them down the court, or down the field, rather. They're making sure that they're using up the time, but also making sure they have a good opportunity to shoot.
That is a great save by the Bruins to keep this one at a 1-goal advantage for Brunswick. Wow, what a save. And, well, halftime is upon us, and the Bruins are up 3-2. But great offensive awakening in the second period for the Dragons.
Absolutely, like we were saying, GFA, their offense is starting to come alive, and they've had a couple of great opportunities, great scoring chances, just like that one right there with a great save by the Brunswick goalkeeper. But Brunswick's been going step for step. Their offense came hot out of the gate. Their defense has stayed hot throughout, and they're making sure that they're not giving GFA really any leeway. They're basically saying to themselves, all right, you got those 2 goals, congratulations, but we're going to make sure that that's the only 2 goals you're going to get. We're going to clamp down on defense, and we're going to try to open up our scoring on offense. They lead by 1, so they have the slight advantage, but they're in a good position right now, and they're going to keep doing what they're doing. GFA is also in a great position here. In striking distance, down by just 1, they have the opportunity to really make this a game and really obviously tie it up, but also go ahead too. They have the momentum. They like what they're doing on offense, and they're just going to keep trying to do that. Defensively, they've been really good too. I think offensively they had some struggles going forward in the beginning, and they're going to want to try to address those at halftime and kind of increase their scoring ability and increase their offensive abilities. Draw up some schemes, find different methods. I think they've been patient on offense, and that's been a good sign and a good thing that they've been doing. But maybe they might try another scheme. Maybe they might try something different, try to confuse Brunswick's defense and get going on offense. But going into this game, Brunswick was a very good team. They're still a good team, and GFA being able to go step for step for them so far is it's very good.
Yeah, they have. They've done a great job. Yeah, the Dragons have. Look, I mean, when you go down 3-0 early, it's tough. It's very tough. Tough mentally. And overcome that. Well, you've got 2 goals on the board now. That's big. And they look to tie this one up, potentially take the lead right out of the gate. And for Brunswick, their offense has it's sort of slowed down. Their defense has been, picked it up after those 2 goals, but their offense has sort of slowed down. So we'll see what the game plan is. Maybe they'll shift it, have a little bit faster drives next time they're out. But so far, look, a tight game, and the 2 goals by GFA is definitely closing the margin, makes it definitely comebackable, as GSBN coined that word. The coined word comebackable. So
absolutely, yeah, definitely a comebackable game, and GFA is definitely gonna. They have the opportunity. They have all the right ingredients. They just got to get the right recipe, and that's really been the factor in this game. They're doing well offensively, doing well defensively. Brunswick offensives dipped a little bit. I wouldn't say struggled, but they dipped a little bit, and so that's going to be the story. How can Brunswick overcome their offensive kind of sluggishness so far, and how can GFA take advantage of that sluggishness and take advantage of their own momentum on offense? That's what we're going to be seeing in the next.
So we've got 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock until the start of half 2. We'll take a quick break here and come back to you then. So for now, stick around for the exciting conclusion. It's 3. Today are able to get it. They reset play. Now working around, trying to find a teammate. Has one open, but continues to drive himself, and it's a nice drive so far, just racing. And the Bruins able to take this one back, though. They reset with the goalkeeper. Flings that one back, and It's on the ground, taken now. Oh, man, what a check. Wow. It was a powerful hit. The Dragons able to take the ball back, though. And flings it back behind the goal. Finds a teammate. There's a rip. Just off the mark and out of play, so the Bruins will take this one. It's a good take from the middle of the field. It's an interesting shot to go below, but that's the only way you could do it without risking a major deflection. So,
absolutely, and that's Henry McDonald's favorite, one of his favorite spots to shoot. He can shoot from anywhere on the field. He's one of the best players on the field.
Oh, there's a goal. I guess they called it a deflection off of the Bruins that led to a great inbound. That's his second goal of the game. That's a huge goal. Ties this one 3-3 right out of the gate. That's what I said right off the faceoff. Dragons were able to get it and led to a big goal. I wasn't directly lead to it, but look, you can see the momentum's high for the Dragons so far, and that's a big one. They needed that one for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. That definitely a timely goal. 3-3, 10:43 left in the third period. Now they have time to not only just work with that lead, expand it as much as they can. They have the momentum. They should really take advantage of it so far. It starts with this faceoff. If they can win this faceoff and set up a good offensive drive, they're in good shape.
And the Dragons able to get that one. It was a nice win. And he will fling it back. And the Dragons now look to potentially take the lead on this drive. There's a nice move. Still trying to find a way. Takes that shot. What a nice save. And the Bruins are able to take that. As he flings it back, and a nice job by the goalkeeper to take that one. Flings it back. Now has to work around some defenders and taking it himself in the middle. That pass or shot was deflected out of play, and this one is going to go. Looks like this one's going to the Dragons. So a nice job in the defensive end to take another chance away from the Bruins.
Another great play by Jack Grells in goal, deflecting the ball, and he was good defense by GFA, and he's all at the center of that, helping make sure to drive the Brunswick player kind of out of the scoring quadrangle, the scoring area that he was going to be in, and kind of push him out of bounds almost, or at least push the ball out of bounds. Really great play, and that's what GFA has been doing all game long. Their offense has been very good so far, but at the beginning it was their defense that was the highlight, and their defense has also been stellar so far. So we'll see how they're going to be doing this, how they're going to be playing this game so far, how they're going to play this. They are wanting to increase their defensive capabilities and make sure they maintain that, and their offense has been doing well. As evident from the scoreboard, they've tied it up. So they can hold on defense and get good offensive drives going. They're in very good shape, and they can take a lead in this game.
Now a chance for the Dragons to reset, put together a game plan, and they'll have it in their own defensive zone. It's a great day to be on the field. Nice warm weather.
Absolutely, yeah, it's beautiful. A little cloudy, but it's a 64-degree day, and you really couldn't ask for something better on the court, on the field. Actually, I find when I'm playing outside, when I'm playing tennis, having like a cloudy day is almost better because the lighting's all the same. You don't get like changes in the lighting, and especially with a small ball like a lacrosse ball, it can play tricks on your mind, and then you miss the ball, and then the other team gets an opportunity. So it's almost nice.
Absolutely. I can imagine that this is a pretty tough game to play under the lights at a night game. As there's an individual effort, just missed it. Did they call a deflection? They do. So a great save, and the Dragons will get to keep it though. There's a lot of contact. Flinged back now to the top. Nice drive, but finds his teammate to reset. High pass, it's tipped. The Dragons able to get it back though. Fires it outside to the left wing. There's a nice drive, has a nice shooting lane, he scores! 4 unanswered goals for the Dragons. And they'll take the lead here, just like that. A huge goal. A great individual effort by McDonald. And able to fire that one home, give the Dragons the lead here.
Absolutely, really took that drive on his shoulders. Great maneuvering, great vision, great field vision. He's able to find the open lanes. McDonald's able to shoot that ball and find the open lanes and get the goal there. Really great individual effort, and he's such a fantastic player on the field. Senior, his last season, and even though with all the COVID restrictions, they were lucky they're happy they're able to play, and he's making the most of his senior debut on the lacrosse team.
So, this is certainly not the stat line you would have expected if you saw the first half of this game where Brunswick was up 3-0. 4 unanswered goals for the Dragons has them in the lead right now. A great job by their offense, but a lot of credit goes to their defense, limiting a lot of those scoring chances. And, well, Grills has made some great saves in net, too. As there's a shot deflected away.
Exactly what you were saying. GFA's defense has really been the backbone that's helped their offensive surge, and that's been to credit on their defensive capabilities of defensive players like Jack Grills and net. Henry McDonald, also the veteran senior, he's been able to make some good plays defensively. Krizan, also another senior, able to be very stout on the defensive side of the ball, and that's been preventing Brunswick from sizing up, making a sizable lead early, and continuing their lead.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, rose up to take that one, puts it home, ties up this game. Not much you can do about that shot. Can't really see it past a lot of the people in front of you in net. That's just a really well-placed shot. And this game is tied just like that. They finally answer. And we'll have a face-off here to resume play.
I spoke too soon, didn't I? I mean, GFA's defense has been really good throughout this game, and right there, Brunswick found the seam, they found a weakness, and then they exploited it and able to tie this up. And you really can't count Brunswick out on any of these possessions in any of these games, and they're showing it right there. They're not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. Tie ball game with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in your third
period. So now the Bruins have a nice chance on offense once again, and a great turnover there for the Dragons, as now he's got a lot of green in front of him. Passes this one outside. Good contact. And he finds McDonald now at the top. Able to get around, lost his footing. Keeps the ball, still spinning, finds a teammate, or almost does. Ball is on the ground. Is he able to get it? The Dragons are, but a nice check away for the Bruins, as that one is now going to be taken in the defensive zone. Fling back to Grills. Fires it back as the Dragons look to get out of their own defensive zone. Nice cross-field pass there, goes back to the goalie. He's going a long way with it. He's going a very long way with it. He is still going. Oh, he has to race back in net. And like a stoppage of play here, but wow. Girls went a long way with that ball, taking it all the way down. I would have loved to see him score.
Absolutely. It's always fun to see the goalie score in any sport that has one. I don't think that flies in almost any other sport. I know certainly not in hockey and certainly
in hockey,
not in...
you can't go past a certain point as the goalie.
Right, yeah, exactly. But
which I don't really get. You should be able to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be fun to watch.
I mean, they got all those pads up there, right? I mean, it's not like they're going to do much on the offensive zone, even if he was there.
Right, he's not going to be the most speedy guy on the ice.
Yeah, exactly.
But, it's really fun to see the goalie make an offensive play, or at least an offensive drive like that. And in any other sport, it's lacrosse. I think it's a little bit different. The goalie does tend to go out of the net quite often, and I think soccer.
In soccer, if you really need the goalie, unlike a corner kick, he can come up and play offense. Right. He's just like any other player. It's just in the goalie box he can use his hands.
Exactly, and so it's really fun to see the goalie make a play. I would have loved to see him score. I think the stick that he's using, the goalie stick, it's not very easy to score in that because it's so big. And
it's also tough to get the ball out of that stick with a check though, because it's so wide. You know, it's pretty deep and wide. You got to make those saves. So.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a trade-off. Either you have the ability to get the saves because it's so wide and it's hard to get the ball out, but at the same time, it's hard to shoot, I would imagine. So
he's made some nice passes. So
that's exactly what he did there. He was able to make some nice passes, able to get things going on offense and set them up offensively, and I love to see when the goalie does that. I'm a big fan of goalie plays, and Jack Grill is one of the best out there for GFA, and he's been making plays this game. Very good plays this game.
So the Dragons now have a nice chance. He fires this one outside. Looking for some space. And now resets a bit. Still looking for a teammate, and has one now at the top. We have 4 minutes and 40 seconds and counting for your third period. So he takes some contact now, still looking for a teammate or a hole. And finds McDonald at the top. Makes a nice juke move. Able to get through. That shot just off the mark. A great save there by the Bruins. And the Dragons will take this one in.
Oh, man, what a shot. McDonald taking the ball, weaving between two different defenders, able to maintain possession and get that shot off. Incredible shot, and even better save by the Brunswick goalkeeper. He went with McDonald step for step and able to match his moves exactly. Wow. That's when you see two great players in the sport. When they go head-to-head like that, it's just awesome to see, and I love to see it here.
It was a great look by McDonald. And like you said, a great save. And that one is deflected, taken now by the Bruins as he's racing down the field now. Able to get around one defender, flings it in, and that one just out of the reach of his teammate. As a nice check, and Grill's able to take that one. That pass now outside. Good pass outside to his teammate. Has to get around one defender, and a great job avoiding the stick there. Here's a nice drive. Fires that one. And this one's going to be deflected. So the Dragons will take this one. A nice check outside, flings it, a nice pass. Still looking for a way through, directing traffic now. And there's a nice shot. That one's deflected. The Dragons will take it. 2 minutes and 14 seconds in your third period.
It almost looked like that one went in. I think it was just above or just in front of the goal line, but that shot was not very far from going in. It just bounced a little earlier. If it bounced a little later in its flight, then it would have been a goal for GFA and they would have broken.
And there's a nice interception there by the Bruins as he's racing down now. Could he go all the way? No. Or almost tried to find his teammate. It was deflected, and the Dragons catch a break, but it's a nice interception that led to a nice chance.
It was a deflection.
Absolutely. Great pass and great steal by the Bruins to be able to set up that good offensive drive. GFA gets it right back, but that's something that they want to continue, and their offense has been silent so far, or at least it was set, minus that one goal that they had a couple minutes ago. Their offense has been decently silent, and so a couple more plays like that, and they're able to get right back in and break the tie. It's still a tie game, so technically still in it, but they want to be able to get as much momentum as possible and swing things in their favor and get as many good offensive drives as they can. And that'll start to
nice check, but the Brunswick Bruins able to take this one back, now getting out of their defensive zone. As he heaves one, and violation called on Brunswick, so the Dragons will now take it. They've got 1 minute to go. As a nice job getting around into the zone now. Sets his team up very nicely to try to take the lead here in the final minute. Taking his time here. He's got about 35 seconds now. You just don't want to lose the ball in this situation. You want to be the team that takes the last shot. You don't want to have time for a counterattack on the other end. So now he's going to work, racing around the defender. Now double teamed, finds a teammate inside. They've got 10 seconds to go now. Fires this one underneath. They have to take a shot now. Oh, he was not able to take a shot on that final possession. Not sure if it was a problem of not wanting to get rid of that ball because of a tough angle or if he wasn't aware of the time on the clock, but regardless, that was a big opportunity that goes away for the Dragons, but it's a tie game heading into quarter number 4. That's big.
Absolutely. Against a team like Brunswick, GFA's got to be happy with the way they've been playing. And tie game with Brunswick going into the fourth quarter, definitely big, as you just said. And I don't know what happened there. I mean, maybe he just wasn't aware of the clock. Maybe didn't want to take the shot. But, like, final few seconds of a quarter, you might just want to just sling that. I mean, maybe it won't go in. Probably won't go in if you have a tough angle, but you want to at least have an opportunity. I mean, not entirely sure what happened there. My guess is that he just wasn't aware of the clock, and when he became aware of the clock, it was just too late. He couldn't actually swing around one more time to get the shot off. So that's my guess of what happened.
Well, regardless, both teams will go to work here in this final quarter. Tie game. And that one's coming up as the buzzer sounds. But this has been entertaining so far. Dragons were able to claw their way back from a 3-0 deficit, make it 4-3, and then the Bruins tied it up last period. That was a big goal. And a great shot, jumping up, rising up over the defender, able to put that one in the back of the net for the Bruins to tie that one up. But before that, it was 4 unanswered goals for the Dragons. And their defense was rock solid through, what, about 2.5 periods, you'd say? Pretty much. I mean, the whole second period, the half of the first period, and most of the third period. I mean, it's been great job, especially considering how much speed Brunswick came out with in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say their defense has played well pretty much at that same time frame, and I think had some slip-ups, had some times when they weren't as good as they were in their stronger times during the game, but not enough to warrant a huge slide in points or an avalanche from Brunswick. They've kept it close, and their defense has been very good, and it's really been the story of their success. And so that's something GFA's got to be proud of, and that's something they're going to be continuing to do as this game gets underway again. They got to be happy with the way they've been playing, and they're going to continue to play their defensive game the way they have been throughout the first 3 periods of this.
So the Dragons get back to work here to try to take the lead. Great job able to save that one. Fires it back now, just looking for a hole through this defense. As this one takes that shot just wide, deflected away, and the Dragons will get this one back. Passes this one and thought about taking that shot, but does not. Still working the perimeter of this defense. As now here's a drive and a shove from behind. Penalty is called. And the Dragons will get this one now.
Game seemed to slow down a little bit there. GFA taking their time, being patient. That has been a good strategy that they've been employing, and it's been working so far. They get the penalty there, and I think that's on GFA. So Brunswick will get the penalty.
No.
Or is it the other way around?
No, it's the other way around.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, Brunswick shoved a GFA player from behind.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
And that was a great chance there off the iron. And the Bruins will get this one back. But that was a great shooting lane, as now the Bruins look to get around 3 defenders. And they get it back. They fling that one back now. Trying to work around. Finds a teammate. There's a nice drive and a great shooting chance. That one is off the mark, though. The Bruins will get this one back. A nice spin, but unable to shake the defender. There's the shot and the goal for Brunswick. A big shot. That was a long shot, too. Able to put that one in the back of the net. The Bruins take the lead here with 9 minutes and 13 seconds to go.
Tough shot and able to get it in. That's what the Brunswick Bruins, sorry, alliteration there tripping me up. They're a very good team, and that's one prime example of why they're so good. They're able to get those tough shots, and they're able to maneuver through the defense, get the shots in, make sure that they have good opportunities and good lanes to shoot it. But when they don't have those opportunities and when the lanes are clogged, they're still able to get it done. And like I've said it before, you cannot count Brunswick out, and they are making it so GFA's got to work to tie it up again and then take the lead. Their offense has come alive again, much in a similar way as GFA's offense came alive towards the end of the first half. And they're going to try to continue on that momentum, and GFA is going to try to stem the tide with these next possession. But I think that's going to be a Brunswick ball, so they first have to get this one back.
So I think that inbound's coming back. But it will stay with Brunswick. And there is a deflection, a turnover here, and the Dragons will get it back. This could spark something as that pass, not on target, but able to corral it in the defensive end now, and a nice move to get around the defender. Finds a teammate, and referee and a player takes a bit of a tumble. And a nice block in the offensive zone as the Dragons get back to work. And a nice spin by McDonald. Makes another juke. Thought about shooting it, does not. Looking for an angle, has that one poked away. And the Bruins able to take it up now. Here's a nice run. Finds a teammate. And a timeout is called. So the Bruins will take it. They were outnumbered in the offensive zone. The Dragons had a lot more defenders than Brunswick had attackers. But now we're starting to see a little bit of the turnovers, how that's affecting both teams in a close game.
Absolutely. We've said it in basketball, the turnover battle is so key to a game, and it's so key to team success in a game. When you win the turnover battle, you set yourself up nicely on offense. You limit the amount of chances the opposing team has to harm your defense, and you maximize the amount of chances you have on offense to score points. And that's one of the reasons why turnovers are so important. Why you hear coaches all the time emphasize, win the turnover battle, commit less turnovers. Turnovers, work on your fundamentals. Don't commit turnovers. That's exactly the reason, because you are very efficient on offense. You can be very efficient on offense. You can optimize your offensive capabilities if you limit those turnovers. And towards late in the game, we see it in so many sports, and lacrosse is no different, how the turnover battle can really stem the tide for a team. If they're losing, but they start getting turnovers left and right, then they set themselves up very nicely on offense. Conversely, if you have a team that is winning and they commit too many turnovers, then they start to put themselves in a hole, and then eventually they could lose the game. So both teams are going to look to get as many turnovers as they can and commit as little turnovers as they can. We'll see which team actually comes on top. GFA's defense has been solid throughout. Couple of lapses, but they've been pretty much solid throughout. Brunswick's defense has had some lapses. GFA had a 4-0 scoring drive, so that's definitely a lapse. And could be the difference between the two defenses, but we'll see. Only time will tell.
Well, the Bruins now look to try to take a 2-goal lead as that pass, able to get it. It's up in the air, and the Dragons will take this one back now. Looking to try to find a teammate. He does. And Grills now picks this one up. And Grills flings it to a teammate. And a great job by the defender to take it. And they say that he steps out of bounds. So again, a nice break for the Dragons here, as they'll take it. Gives them an opportunity to try to tie up the game.
Absolutely. Lucky break for GFA. They have it back now. Now they just have to be be very efficient on offense. They have to work on their fundamentals. Don't turn it over. Work on your schemes. Make sure you have a good offensive plan going. Know where the man you want to pass to is at any given point. And then they can start to pull away in this game and start to work on it a little bit. And if they work the offense enough, they can get a goal.
Now McDonald looking to drive. Finds a teammate in, and that ball, thought he caught it, but he took a shot, but it was a ghost shot. The ball was on the ground. as the Bruins now take this one up. Now passes it to a teammate to reset. Give this one off to the wing. We've got just under 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And it's a 1-goal game. And a timeout is called by the Bruins to try to reset, come up with a game plan. This is a big drive for them, because the turnover and a counterattack down the other way could tie up the game, and a goal would make it a 2-goal advantage for the Bruins. So got to make sure that the tactics are all up to date.
Absolutely. You got to make sure your battle plan is up to date as possible. You got to make sure that you have all the things you need to accomplish written down and communicate them to your team. You want to be able to say, guys, this is what we're going to do on this drive. I want you to be in this position. I want you to cross over this way, and I want you to pass to this person. And that is exactly what kind of scheme they're having. They want to say, okay, are we going to be an attacking scheme? Are we going to be more patient in our offensive drives? Are we going to be more mobile in our offensive drives? Are we going to pass more? Are we going to hold it more? Are we going to drive more? That's the things you got to figure out as a coach, and that's the things you got to relay to your team, and that's what's happening in this timeout. Final few minutes, 6 minutes left, so they have time, but the other team also has time. So for Brunswick, they have time to widen that lead and kind of put the nail in the coffin, but also they know that GFA has time to tie it up. So both teams have to be able to make sure that they have their game plan set, they have their battle strategy firmly in place, and then they can start to execute.
The Bruins now take this one. There's a lot of slashing going on by the Green Swamps defender. Referee decides not to make the call, says it's clean. Is now working behind the net. A nice quick drive so far for the Bruins. As there's a shot and a great goal. Wow. Grills did not have a chance to make that save. Too many people around. He didn't see it in time, and that was a low shot too. Wow. That is a rocket from about the red line. And the Bruins take a 2-goal lead. I told you this drive was important. That timeout sets up a good game plan. It was a really nice play and a great setup by Brunswick. That plan worked out great.
Absolutely, yeah, it worked out fantastic. They had the game plan. They were able to execute it very effectively there. And that's exactly why you want to have a good game plan in place, and why whoever is able to execute the game plan most effectively often wins the game. Because you have this plan, you see the weaknesses for each team, and you make a plan accordingly, and those who can exploit those weaknesses best are able to pull away in the game. And that's exactly what you saw there. 2-goal lead for Brunswick. Now GFA's in a bit of a hole. They got to make sure they shore up on offense and don't commit any meaningless errors or unforced errors, and then give themselves up an opportunity to tie it up and possibly send this into overtime, though they have time to actually take the lead towards the waning seconds of the game.
They have to go on a quick scoring frenzy in order to do that, though. But it's possible. But right now, I think they're just looking to take it 1 goal at a time. And here's a nice chance. That one is off the mark. Some flags coming in here. We will see. I believe they're calling a push. So the Dragons will take this one. That was a very, very big scoring opportunity. If it wasn't for the push, I think this would be 1 goal for the Dragons here. I think that's probably a great penalty taken, actually, to deny the goal. I mean, he was right in front. Not much the goalie can really do when you're that close, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good call. You want to make sure the play is fair for any player on the field. And when you're that close to the goalie and he's just got nothing he can do there, no way he can save that. That's an unfair advantage. Definitely a good call there. I know a lot of people say refs shouldn't influence the game in the final few minutes, but by not calling something, you end up influencing the game more. And so good call there, not letting the late stage of the game affect his calling there, and able to make a good call there. And we'll see how both teams regroup and how GFA is going to try to get the ball back and try to get something going on offense legally this time.
There's a shot and a big goal. A big shot by McDonald, his second of the game. Makes it a 1-point game for the Dragons here, and now they need one more goal to tie this one up. And we'll see if they can get to work. But they're able to get that first goal, and that's so big because now you can sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel to try to get that final one to tie up the game.
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry, I'm just readjusting the scoreboard. We had some technical difficulties there. But absolutely, yeah. Fantastic goal for GFA. Like you said, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Down 2 goals, it may seem insurmountable. You may be like, oh, man, we're really down big now. I don't know how we're going to get this back. But if you go 1 goal at a time, if you focus on what you need to focus on in the moment and then get that goal, then you start to think, we have the momentum. We know how to get the goal. We know how to get the goal. We know what offensive scheme is working. And we're just 1 goal down. With 4 minutes left, they're able to get back in, and that is a very timely goal. Great job.
Also a very timely timeout by the Dragons.
Absolutely.
Able to save the possession and reset. It's a great face-off win. Look, now they have an opportunity to tie this game right now, right after this. I mean, that would be really quick. So we'll see what they can do when they get back to work. Wouldn't that be something if they scored 2 goals in, what, a minute apart in game clock time? Probably not even.
Absolutely, yeah, that would be something. Not even a minute of game clock time when they'd be able to score 2 goals. I remember in hockey, in the I think it was in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Blackhawks were playing. I can't remember who. It was in the playoffs, and they had 2 goals within like 40 seconds. And that was, I think it was the Canadians. And they had 2 goals within 40 seconds. And I'm being a Blackhawks fan, I was ecstatic at that. And it's very hard to do in these types of sports because you have to get the ball back, have a fantastic offensive drive, and then get it in the back of the net, all within the span of a mere tens of seconds. And so that's very difficult to do. Obviously, it's done, and it's a sight to see when it is done. But we'll see how GFA is going to play this. They might want to play a little bit more, I don't know, secure or patiently because they have the time. They have 4 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game, and they have the time, they have the patience to be able to kind of take it slow on offense, but they may just want to get that goal right back. When you take advantage of the momentum, we'll see how this timeout affects that and what they decide to do here.
Well, the timeout held Brunswick last time, so we'll see what GFA has drawn up as they look to try to tie the game in a crucial drive so far. Able to get around the back of the goal, now finds a teammate, rips a shot. Oh, wow, what a save. Great shot. And the Brunswick goalie able to get a piece of that one with his stick. That's a big-time save. And that really should be a goal for GFA. That was a fantastic reaction save.
Absolutely, yeah. Fantastic reaction save. He's able to be exactly where he needs to be in that exact moment, make the save. And he's been so good throughout this game. He's been able to block fantastic GFA shots and prevent GFA from really having the lead right now and having a pretty substantial lead. That's been a credit to his goalkeeping ability and his vision to see through bodies on the field and know exactly where that ball is going to be at any given time. That's not easy. That ball whips past you, and you need to be able in that spot, and it's moving way faster than your reflexes can handle. So you just gotta, it's all positioning, especially in a goal that big and that tall. You want to be able to make sure you're in the right position. It's a combination between a hockey goal, which is a little bit smaller, and a soccer goal, which is obviously much bigger. And that's kind of like the goalie scheme there. You want to be able to mix those the two strategies and qualities of each.
And we will see as there's a big, nice turnover in the midfield zone. Flag is pulled by the referee. Able to tightrope the sideline. And there is a great check. Able to find a teammate. That one is stopped. What a great save. Wow.
Wow is absolutely right. I mean, what a fantastic series there. Able to get a good offensive drive, moving past two different defenders, running past two different defenders. He falls down, and he's able to pass it, finds another teammate, not only just passes it, but finds another teammate in that pass while he's on the ground, while he's prone almost, and then they're able to take the shot. Now stopped by the goalkeeper, and I think a flag was thrown, so there's some sort of penalty on the play. Happened about a minute ago during play, and so
The Dragons will take this one back.
yeah, looks like Dragons have it right back.
The Dragons will get this one back. They've got 2 minutes and 41 seconds to try to score a goal here and tie this one up. Get down. That was, oh, wow, what a save. Hit the shaft of the stick. This is just heroic goaltending so far for the Bruins in the final 3 minutes.
He's really stepping up. He's been fantastic all game, but right now he knows it's clutch time, and he's really coming to play. Fantastic couple of saves, and that's much to GFA's frustration. They've been in the right place at the right time with the right shot, but it hasn't mattered. He's able to maintain possession. He's able to save his team on so many occasions, and he's really...
Now here come the Dragons, firing it down. Just unable to get that one. It was a nice-looking pass, but the Bruins will take this one now in the final 2 minutes of this one. This one is coming down to the wire. Wow. The GFA looking for a big turnover here on defense, and if you're the Bruins, you don't want to avoid a turnover at all costs for sure, but try to put this game to bed with one more goal. This is a nice drive here. Fires that one back. Taking their time, and that's a good idea to take your time. You want to have as little clock as possible if you do end up losing the ball.
Absolutely, yeah. Good strategy. Why not? Why not take your time? You have the time. You have 1 minute and 15 left. You can pass it around. Make sure you maintain possession. Bleed out the clock. GFA's got to be able to get some sort of turnover here. Got to try everything they can, and that's going to be a penalty there. It looks like the stick hit his head. Some sort of high sticking or slash.
So a big penalty coming up. GFA will lose a man, and that's big for their comeback attempt. So they've got 1 minute and 1 second to try to go to work and tie this one up, but it starts on the defensive end. They've got to force a turnover and quick.
Absolutely, yeah. They have to be able to force a turnover. I think the penalty was on GFA for the slash. Yeah, so GFA's a man down, and you have to be able to score a shorthanded goal within a minute and get the ball back shorthanded. Definitely a tall order. Not impossible. GFA has the manpower and the capability and the great players to get it done, but they got to get it done quick.
Well, it all starts with a quick counterattack and a turnover, and we'll see if they can force just that. As Brunswick just working the perimeter so far, playing keep away. You don't want to force a risky pass. And passing it around now. We'll see as Grills goes out. They had an open goal to shoot. They did not. I'd say wisely so. And Brunswick working the clock. This is going to be tough for GFA to try to get a turnover here in the final 6 seconds. Looks like this clock is going to run out here. And the Bruins put this one to bed with a 6-5 win. A great game, a great way to start our broadcast. Although the Dragons do not win, they came back from a 3-0 hole. But, I mean, star of the game was the Brunswick's goalkeeper, especially in the final 3 minutes of the game. Absolute heroic saves back there in net. That's unbelievable.
when we say clutch time, he really came to play during clutch time. He knew exactly what time of the game it was. He knew exactly the situation. He knew that he had to step up and be the player that Brunswick needed him to be to seal this game off for them. They were up by 1 goal, but GFA was driving. GFA had the momentum. GFA had the opportunities, and they had a couple of fantastic shots that really should have been goals. But the Brunswick goalkeeper made sure he guarded the net very well. He was right there to stop it, prevent it. He made sure that GFA could not take advantage of the opportunities that they had, and that was the difference maker going forward. I totally agree with that star. He was fantastic all game, but really the highlight was the end of the game. He just was locked down, airtight.
It was lights out. There really didn't seem like there was going to be a shot that would go by him. I mean, he was saving it with the shaft of the stick, saving it with with the net, able to get in front, block all these shots. Unbelievable, especially in the late game. Like you said, clutch time. That's as good as anybody could play the goalkeeper position in net. I mean, that was unbelievable. Well, that's the big reason why Brunswick's able to come out here with a win, because GFA certainly had a lot of opportunities to tie that one up late, but the goalkeeper says no. And that's the way this one's going to end. It ends with a 6-5 win for Brunswick. Both teams went on some scoring runs, and by the end of it, it was 2 unanswered goals by Brunswick that ended up giving them the 1-goal lead, or the 2-goal lead rather, and then GFA able to put one in. Looked like they would be able to come back with about 4 minutes to go, but Brunswick defense held up, led by that strong presence in net, and they're going to run away with the victory here after playing great defense and being smart with the ball in the final few minutes of that one to take that time off the clock. Well, this has been great. It's been a lot of fun. It's a great way to kick off the spring season for GSBN. We will be back next week. This has been Charles Cohen and Isaac Moskowitz, and from everyone at the GSBN crew, we say thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Signing off.